Hi, I'm Joe Gerdes, and this is Coffee in the Capitol. Our guest today is George Bivens, who recently retired after 36 and a half years in the Pennsylvania State Police and recently joined our team here at PSATS. George, welcome.
Thank you, Joe. I'm very excited to be here. This is a great opportunity. I've met the team and started to dig in on some of the work here, and I'm very excited.
Well, we're glad to have you. And why don't you tell our members a little bit about yourself, where you're from?
Certainly. Well, I grew up in Western PA in the Richland Township, Cambria County area. Lived in Western PA for quite a few years until about 8 or 9 years ago, moved down to the Harrisburg area. And during that time, I worked all over the state, and
Sure.
So I had an opportunity to see a lot of the Commonwealth, but kept that as my home base out there. And now I live in Lower Paxton Township here in Dauphin County.
Sure. And through those experiences in those years, you've had a lot of interaction with local government.
Oh, I sure have. I mean, it goes back to, I started out even as a 14-year-old as a junior firefighter with the local
Sure.
fire department in the township that I lived out there. And, there were township supervisors who were members of the fire department.
Right.
And I did that for a number of years as I furthered my education but I had an opportunity to see things even at that early age. And then through the course of the career with the state police, of course, much of the work that we do is in the townships across the Commonwealth.
Right.
And so there were many, many opportunities to interact with township officials and the folks that live in those townships throughout my career.
So George, both you and I, after the 2-year COVID hiatus, both you and I will be going through our first PSATS conference together in a couple of weeks. What do you think about this enterprise and all the work that we've been doing getting ready for it?
All I can say is wow. I mean, I look at the pace and the energy around this place and all the preparation that goes into this conference. Clearly, it's a huge event, and I think something that the membership is going to be very happy with. I'm excited personally to be there and get an opportunity to renew some acquaintances that I've made over the years and make a lot of new friends and really just get to interact with a lot of our officials from all over the Commonwealth.
Likewise, for me, I'm being here almost 3 years, and with the past 2 conferences canceled, it's going to be good to put faces with the names that we've been working with over the last 3 years, and I'm looking forward to it as well. George, what's one of the things that you're most excited about doing at PSATS?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things I really like is the fact that I get to be involved with really grassroots government here.
Sure.
The officials that we deal with take care of the most basic needs where all of us live.
Sure.
Whether it's the roads that we travel on many of the times, whether it's the other services, fire, EMS, law enforcement, and so forth. Those services, for the most part, originate with those townships. And so it's really exciting to me to be in a position now to look at pieces of legislation that are out there and things that I never would have considered before, the ripple effect that we
Sure.
talk about here,
Sure.
where even something that's a very well-intended piece of legislation can have an effect, good or bad, on the townships that we serve. And so very exciting to me to be a part of that and really kind of dig in and examine that legislation and see how we can work to support all of our partners out there in the townships.
And George, talking about the conference, you've jumped head in on helping to prepare for our legislative reception, which we haven't had for 2 years, as I mentioned. But we're going to have it in Hershey this year, which is a little different. We usually have it in downtown Harrisburg. This time we're going to be asking the representatives to come to us. Unfortunately, the Senate isn't scheduled to be in session, but the House is. We've got a number of RSVPs all ready to join us, and that reception is going to be on Tuesday, April 26th at 6 p.m. at the Hershey Lodge and Convention Center. We're really looking forward to having a good turnout and be able to introduce our members, reintroduce and reacquaint them with their township supervisors. There's been a lot of changes in the last several years. We have a lot of new supervisors that have come on board since our last conference, and one of the things that we're really looking forward to is coming together in Hershey.
Well, I'll tell you, Joe, that's a great opportunity. I mean, first of all, to be able to bring the legislators and the supervisors together is huge. But you mentioned COVID earlier. That really has stopped a lot of people from having the in-person meetings and information exchanges that we've all come to expect over the years. And so we're in a great venue. It's really, I think, an outstanding opportunity for all of us to get together, have a discussion, share ideas, and just have an enjoyable evening while we engage in that information sharing. Joe, and beside the opportunity to interact with the state legislators, I'll tell you, it's a great opportunity for all of our township officials to network. Over the course of my career, I've found some of the best work gets done with the networking opportunities at various conferences or meetings or whatever. And I really think that same opportunity in this venue is just, it's very unique and a great opportunity, again, for all of them to exchange information and ideas back and forth. We can learn a lot from each other.
That's right, George. And especially with redistricting, there's going to be some new faces for both the legislators and the supervisors to be able to come together and meet some of their new supervisors in their new districts as well.
Well, I agree, Joe. A lot of changes, but a lot of great opportunities as well.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. George, welcome aboard. We look forward to working with you and the whole entire staff here at PSATS. We're glad to have you on board.
Thank you, Joe. I'm glad to be here.
And remember, if you like what you're seeing, subscribe to PSATS YouTube channel and follow our social media pages for more township video news content. Next Tuesday, look for your next episode of TVN.